Alexa Lavoie reporting for Rebel News in Ville-Saint-Laurent, Montreal, where last week the city recorded its 26th homicide of 2025. On Saturday night, 3 young men were stabbed at a local park behind me. A 22-year-old man died of his injuries, while 2 19-year-olds were wounded, one of whom remained in critical condition. This incident occurred just 1 week after 3 men were stabbed at 2 different bars. 2 of the stabbings took place at the Vegas Lounge Bar in Côte-des-Neiges, where a 48-year-old man was killed and a 36-year-old man was injured. In a separate incident in Anjou, a 24-year-old man was stabbed but survived. According to Montreal police, no suspects have been arrested in either case. As of now, both Montreal and Toronto have recorded the same number of homicides this year, despite Toronto having nearly twice the population. With overall crime on the rise, many Montrealers say they feel increasingly unsafe. A mother of 3 children reached out to me to share her concerns about safety in the area and in Montreal.
There was unfortunately a stabbing here in this park. It's a soccer field, and there was 3 gentlemen here. Don't know too much about what it was, but apparently 3 of them got into a fight with a sharp object, and they were all stabbed with injuries to the upper body. One of them passed away. One was critically injured, and one of them had very little injuries. There's apparently an ongoing investigation about what happened, and I could just say that I'm very grateful that I was not there, because I was at the park up the street, which is for kids to play in, and I ended up passing by here, and there was a big crowd. The police were here. Tons of people were around the people that got injured, and well, I would say just stay away from the park now so that they could continue with their investigation and find out what happened, because I'm very concerned for the children around here. This is a very kid-friendly area. There should not have been a stabbing. There should not have been any weapons around. I don't understand what is happening to our country, to our province. It used to be a beautiful, safe place, and now apparently it's the 26th homicide so far, and we're not even close to the end of the year.
I can see that you have 3 children, so what is your main concern, because you live right here in this area?
My concern is the safety of the children and the people that live around here. People should be able to feel safe, confident about going out, not worrying about what's going to happen to them, not worrying about their children. When I was my kids' age, around 10, 11, I was allowed to go out in front of my house. I can go down the street. I can go play at the park, you know. The police don't know exactly what happened, and the people around are scared to go outside of their homes even now. And as for me, I don't let my children go 2 feet away because I'm too scared of what's going to happen to them here. There's always fights. There's always police around because of a problem. There's fire trucks all the time here. There's an ambulance here almost every day. It's become a very unsafe area. Mm-hmm. It is a very multicultural, diverse neighborhood. Unfortunately, the buildings are very run down now, broken. The neighborhood has a problem with an infestation of mice and cockroaches. Some of the buildings, like mine, I know, they even have a problem with bed bugs. And the building owners don't do anything, and neither do the city. I actually reached out to the city a few times. I planned like some sort of manifestation in front of my building so that they could get help with the problem in the building because there's collapsed ceilings pretty much every floor and broken pipes and water leaking and infestation with bugs and mice, and nothing was done. So unfortunately, a lot of people, including myself, are leaving this neighborhood due to the fact that they're not taking care of the area. And that, I think, might be part of the reason why the neighborhood is getting worse and has crime more often, because of them not taking care of the area or caring about the citizens here.
Would you say that you saw a change in the safety of Montreal over the year?
Oh my goodness, it has been such a big change and not for the better. When I was growing up, I'm only 38 right now, but when I was my children's age, about 10, 11, 12, I could go to the park by myself. I can go visit my neighbor that was 10 minutes away, and I was completely safe. Now, I can't even step outside my house at times without being harassed. I've had people threaten my kids for looking at them. Things have really gotten a lot worse here. It's not safe. There's a lot of crime, a lot of vandalism, people breaking into buildings, people fighting. My kids are scared to go places. They don't even want to go downstairs to check the mail alone. They're scared. A lot of my neighbors, they have young children and they're not even feeling comfortable to go outside. I remember when I was about 13, I was able to take the city bus alone. Now, my kids are not taking no city bus alone.
So we spoke about like the multicultural area, but it's way more than that. It seems like this area is mainly refugees and immigrants.
99% is refugees and immigrants. I really do not know of one single French Canadian, English Canadian, or anyone for that fact that was born here or parents born here. Even in my building, it's the majority, I would say, refugees or immigrants, and they don't know the laws here, so it's not the best. I think they should be educated before they come here as to our laws and the way we do things here, so that maybe perhaps Canada would be a lot better and maybe go back to being the old Canada that we once knew and loved.
Because you can see like the area is really dirty.
Yes, it's extremely filthy. All the buildings, around the buildings, is just littered garbage. And I tell this Ville de Montreal, like, how do you expect things to get better if you're not going to clean up around here? There's even blood on the post over here from when there was a stabbing. How do you not clean that up? So you're telling me there's kids that are going to be coming, touching it?
But do you think it's like the city, or it's because people are also throwing their garbage a little bit? Yeah.
It is both. I mean, if the police would actually enforce the law for once, we do have a law about littering, but I guess they're too busy handing out papers about the heat and asking, do you have air conditioner?
And what do you think of the mayor of Montreal? Do you think that she's doing enough to fight criminality and people who live in...
No, and honestly, I think we might become better off here in Canada if we were actually allowed to defend ourselves. Not to be discriminating against anywhere, but if you look at the States, believe it or not, their crime has actually dropped in quite a few places, and I think it's because they're allowed to defend themselves. If someone's trying to break into your home, you should be allowed to stop that and protect yourself. If someone's trying to hurt your kids, how are you supposed to call the police and wait for them to come in like 2 hours? I remember before when my twins were first born and I was in an abusive relationship, I was scared to get out of it because I called the police a couple of times. And one time I actually got arrested for defending myself. In the end, the case was dropped because of the fact that I wasn't trying to fight, I was protecting myself, and I felt my life was in danger. But it's pretty ridiculous because it's like the criminals just are allowed to do what they want, and we just got to deal with it.
So you mentioned you're moving now to what you call a safer area, but
Yes,
do you have
ma'am.
any concern for the future? Because it seems like the criminality is not going down, but in the other way, it's increasing.
Yes, I'm worried that, if things are not taken care of, there's going to be no more safe areas left. And that's what it's pretty much becoming, because this used to be a safe area. It used to be a clean area. The buildings were very nice and taken care of. Now, there's less and less safe areas and a lot more crime and innocent people being injured or dying.
Mais est-ce que vous vous sentez en sécurité dans le quartier ici? Non.
If something like this continue to happen, it's too serious.
One of the
Yeah.
small kids could
Yeah,
have
yeah,
been
yeah, yeah.
hurt.
Yeah, so the police have to do something about it.
Ça m'étonne justement, je pensais qu'il y avait beaucoup de sécurité, pas seulement ici, mais tous les alentours. Donc ce que vous dites ici, c'est vraiment inquiétant d'abord.
Et pour moi, si on a la sécurité, c'est mieux là.
It's never too late to wish for a better place to live. And if you want to fight for your Canada, the Canada you once knew, go over yournewcanada.com. We have a petition to make your voice heard, and we will deliver to our government to now take action.